Have you ever told yourself, this time will be different? I just need more willpower. I love talking about this today because today is Sunday and tomorrow's Monday. Many people feel like, oh, Monday's coming. I'm going to start a new eating plan. And typically they say diet. But by 3 p.m. on Monday, you're back in the pantry, fighting food noise, those cravings, and you feel like you failed again. Here's the truth. It's not that you lack willpower, it's that willpower was never the real solution in the first place. Let me explain. First of all, my name is Elmira Hinton. I am the RN health coach. I support many women in helping them make that change to a healthier, vibrant life that you deserve. Okay, let's continue talking about diet culture has convinced us that the way to lose weight is through discipline, control, and sheer force of will. But if that were true, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. You've tried to be strong. You've done the diets. You've tracked. You've measured. You've restricted and still ended up back where you started. Why? Because willpower is like a battery. It drains. And every time life throws stress, emotions, or fatigue at you, that battery gets weaker. And when it's drained, your brain automatically goes back to the old patterns that it's been trained to follow, or those old habits that are comfortable, that are there for them to fall back on. Cravings, overeating, leading to self-sabotage. Here's what no one talks about. Your eating habits don't live in your conscious mind. They live in your subconscious. And the subconscious doesn't work by logic or willpower. It runs programs. Remember when I said you learn how to do something, your unconscious program just runs the program. Think of it like an operating system on your phone. You can swipe, tap, delete apps all day long. But if the system underneath is glitchy, you'll keep running into the same problem. That's why you keep finding yourself in the pantry at night or in that particular bag or that particular hiding place where you have those special foods just for you, or going through that drive-through that nobody knows about, and then you hide the telltale garbage signs of that extra meal that you stopped and went through the drive-through for, or finishing that bag of chips you didn't even want, or telling yourself, I'll start on Monday. These are not conscious choices, they're automatic patterns that your subconscious has stored over the decades. For example, maybe as a child you were rewarded with food when you were good, or comforted with sweets when you were sad. Your subconscious learned food equals reward, food equals comfort, food is safety. That pattern stayed in the background, ready to kick in whenever life feels overwhelming. Make sense? Or maybe you grew up in a clean your plate household. Remember those poor kids who don't have anything to eat and you're sitting there with all this food on your plate? You need to clean your plate, be grateful, and eat all your food. Even if you were full, your subconscious pushes you to keep eating because wasting food, you were taught and have the belief built into your subconscious mind that it's wrong, and that is hanging in there on a very deep level. Here's the thing. Your subconscious is not trying to sabotage you. Your subconscious mind doesn't take these habits and label them good or bad. It just knows they work. They worked in the past and now they figure it's going to work for you now. It's trying to protect you in the only way that the subconscious mind knows how, by repeating familiar patterns that once felt safe and comfortable. But those patterns are ruining your life now, and they don't match the health goals that you have today for your life, for your vibrancy in the future. This is why diets and willpower keep failing you. They only deal with the surface, the calories, the food list, the rules. They don't touch the deep programming underneath. And until the subconscious gets new instructions, gets new programming, it will keep pulling you back into the old way. That's why no matter how motivated you feel at the beginning of a new diet plan, by the end of the week, it feels like you're right back where you started. Think about it. When you drive home, you don't consciously think about every turn, right or left. Even in the morning, I've said so many times when you go to brush your teeth, that's not something that you have to learn to do every single time you do it. You already have the programming built in. Your subconscious runs the route, brushes the teeth. Eating works the same way. The route to cravings, overeating, and guilt is well worn, and your brain takes it automatically unless something interrupts the pattern. And here's the truth. The reason you feel stuck or in that box isn't because you're lazy. It's not because you're weak or that you're broken. It's because you've been trying to fight subconscious programming and habits with conscious effort. And that's a mismatch. Always ends the same way. Frustration, guilt, and another promise to start again tomorrow. Okay, so if your subconscious is running the show, the real question is, how do you change it? Here's what most approaches fall short or just totally fail. Diets give you rules, but no rewiring. Willpower pushes you for a while, but it drains. Every exercise program can fail if the mental noise never stops screaming in the background. That's where hypnosis is very, very different. Hypnosis is not about making you cluck like a chicken or losing control. That's TV stuff and isn't true. Real hypnosis is a deeply focused state where your conscious mind takes the back seat and your subconscious mind becomes more open to new choices. They help you get new instructions, new programming, setting yourself up for success, setting yourself up for making choices and getting unstuck and out of that box. And that's powerful because it means you can finally update the old programs that have been sabotaging you for these many, many years. Instead of fighting cravings, you can start to notice they don't have the same grip. Instead of obsessing over food, your brain feels calmer. Instead of starting and stopping again and again, you begin following through because your inner programming lines up with your goals. And that is your goal is to get healthy or lose weight so that you can become more vibrant and just feel great overall. Your programming, your habits need to line up with that. Think about how freeing that would feel, walking past the pantry without that voice screaming at you, get something to eat, or sitting at a holiday dinner and enjoying your meal without that guilt-driven push to keep eating. With hypnosis, we're not trying to force change. We're allowing your brain to choose a new pathway. We're having you develop new resources to get unstuck and out of that box to make new choices, ones that feel natural, automatic, and that are permanent. And here's what's even more exciting. Once you've experienced it, you realize it's not about weight loss or quitting smoking. It's about giving yourself back the control, giving yourself back the choices, and putting in new resources so that you can get unstuck out of that same pattern in areas of your life where you feel powerless, where you felt that way for years. Because your subconscious shifts, you open up to new resources, new opportunities, different programming, new choices, your entire life begins to shift with it. Okay. So if you've been beating yourself up with thinking you just need more willpower, I want you to hear this. You don't need to push harder. You need a new strategy. This is exactly the work that I do with my hypnosis clients every single week. I help women over 40 in particular put that change, those new resources back into their lives where they can get unstuck, get out of that box and take back their lives by quieting the food noise, ending the cycle of self sabotage, and finally feeling in control again. Now, if that's what you want, I invite you to connect with me. You can DM me, somewhere around here. If you see me on YouTube, you can make a comment. I try and look at all my comments. You can follow me over on Instagram. You can DM me the word ready, or even better, go to my website, www.thernhealthcoach.com, and click that button to book a discovery call with me where we can talk about and you can get your questions answered about hypnosis and how hypnosis can change your relationship with food once and for all. Don't be afraid. Let's just have that conversation. Let's see where you can take this beyond just the wonder of could this help you? Let's talk about it and see how hypnosis could potentially support you in making change. Remember, your body isn't broken. Your willpower is not weak. You've just been trying to solve a subconscious problem with a conscious solution. When you shift the root, that root cause, everything else shifts with it. All right. Thank you so much for listening again. My name is Elmira Hinton. I am the RN Health Coach, and I would love, love, love to talk with you on a call, help you to understand how you can make that shift and get all your questions answered. So don't forget, DM me or go to my website and book that call right now. I will see you very, very soon. Take care.